Hey guys, welcome back to our Miami Redhawks Dynasty, playing against the Buffalo Bulls in another MAC Conference showdown, as we're now up to number 18 in the country, as we are undefeated this season at 5-0, playing against the Buffalo Bulls at 2-3, as we'll be set to kick it off, and the game is underway here in Buffalo, as Taven Jackson is going to be the starting quarterback to come out this week, as he has pretty similar stats to Tyler Toledo. Something we really have to focus on this week, getting more sacks. Our leading sack artist is Ty Thompson, and he only has 6 of them, so it's not even like he has a ton 5 games through, as that's one of the playing style things that we are not doing well on as far as a coach perspective goes, because some of the players are just wanting to leave because of it. But we just don't really have quite the coverage ability yet to be able to send a bunch of blitzes, to be able to believe that our guys are going to be able to stay on top of it as much as we want them to be. And just like that, as they're going to get a nice first down, Caleb Tubbs gets the tackle eventually, as they're going to gash us across the middle for a very nice gain, and it is a first down for Buffalo. The quick throw is incomplete. Don't mind those. The little quick throw was just not very well aimed. I mean, I guess it hit the receiver. He just wasn't ready for it, so it just didn't work out very well for them, as that is blown up exceptionally well. Eli Blakey back there, as it's going to bring up a third down situation, and I think it's time to send a little bit of a blitz. So what they're going to do is run the draw play, and it's not going anywhere. Great coverage. Jalil Reshad getting back there. He is a stud. Jalil Reshad is an absolute stud, bringing up a punt situation on 4th down, and Cam Perry is back deep to return. Can we get a nice little return? Cam Perry with a little bit of a step, and he gets an excellent return to the 41-yard line as we'll take over on offense, as Tyler Toledo and company will come back out. We scored 45 points last week against Central Michigan, as the offense came to life a little bit better than it has been, but for the most part, our offense has been struggling. So at first down, we're going to see about trying to go on the ground game. Kevin Davis had an opportunity, but great block shed. Just kind of only held us to about 2 yards there, as that is not too shabby. That's a good throw. No, slightly behind him, and he dropped it. Unfortunate that the throw is just slightly behind, as that one is going to be great over the middle for a first down catch to Reggie Virgil. That is just an excellent play call for the little in route to be able to be money for him. We're going to try to cut back up field, and Reggie Virgil is going to make nothing into something, gets 4 yards out of it. I mean, that really could have been such a bad play there, but we were able to get something out of it. Kevin Davis getting a huge gain up the middle for a first down, and we're into enemy territory even deeper. We're going to kind of audible out of this. I feel like, oh, I don't like this at all. Are they switching corners? I wonder if that's going to make them try to run away. Maybe we'll put him into a streak then. Nope, it does not, so we'll just hit the crosser perfectly to the tight end for a first down. We thought maybe the little cross there was going to make them think they're still in man coverage and mess everybody up on it, but it didn't work out that way, as Tyler Toledo trying to run and gets leveled by Crawford over the middle. But gets 7 yards on the read option. We'll take that all day long, as it is a 2nd and short situation. We'll motion a guy over. Getting to the outside is Brunson, but he can't get much. 3rd down and 3. Throwing it quick. Dropped in the end zone. Tony Purdom had an opportunity. Oh my gosh, Tony Purdom had an opportunity, just couldn't get it. Coordinator wants us to go for it on 4th down. We'll go with the little run. Out to Jordan, and he can't get it. He's not fast enough. That's so unlucky, and we're going to turn it over on downs. That is not good. So we turn it over on downs. We're going to have to call a blitz here. Try to get him in the backfield. We will. It's a loss of 2. 2-yard loss. Excellent, excellent job from the Red Hawk defense, as it's going to bring up another 2nd down situation. The run is a great one, and it's a huge open field tackle as he gashes us for 20 yards. We definitely are not happy about that one, as it's bringing up another first down situation. The run off and into the backfield immediately is Jackson Kuwatch for the TFL. Jackson Kuwatch really hasn't played a lot this season, I feel like, for us. We haven't really been running a lot of these 4-3 situations, but we love it right now. Ty Thompson, great tackle. We might just need to stay in it for a little bit. I don't I don't know, but I feel like it's working pretty well against them. We'll see what happens, though. Instead, just dropping back. Under pressure, and down he goes. Speaking of Ty Thompson, he's down for his 7th sack of the season. And it's about time we finally get a sack here in the first quarter. Called multiple blitz calls. Just nothing hitting home. Ty Thompson finally getting in there and getting the sack. As it's going to bring up a 4th down and a punt situation from his own goal line. As we'll take over again. Trying to see if we can finally get some points on the board, though. Cam Perry gets leveled about midfield. And we'll go back out on offense. Trying to see if we can pound the rock again. Up the middle for 3 yards. Motioning our guy out. Going to be throwing it over the middle. It's caught for a nice couple yards and bringing up a 3rd and short. As it'll end the first quarter. Still scoreless. As we're getting some yards, our drives are just stalling. We can't find a way to continue to push it down the field. 3rd down and 1. Motioning a guy over. Kevin Davis up the middle, 1st down. Good play call. Just trying to find a way to get some of our fastest guys the ball in space. Kevin Davis is one of those guys with his nice speed, as he's going to find a way to get a nice gain of 5 yards on the toss. That looked like that was going to get destroyed in the backfield. 2nd down and 5 as we're going to motion our guy over. What do we got in store? Instead, it's Tony Purdom wide open. His speed is enough, but not quite to get the touchdown as we're down to the 12-yard line. Tony Purdom over the middle in the mesh concept had everybody fooled. There wasn't a guy in the vicinity there. As Tony Purdom's going to get an excellent pickup for 24 yards right across the heart of the defense. A little audible out of the run call. We just don't like that one so much. Open guy. No, they ran into each other, and it would have been a touchdown. Oh, that is not what we want to see. Not at all what we want to see. We got to have our tight end run that a little bit more deep. That is just not what we want there. Jordan, no. Man, I feel like we hit him with mesh again. I feel like it worked excellent last time. That is caught, but he's going to get tackled before the first. Oh, that's tough. Do we take the points? I don't know. It's a very, very odd angle. Feel like we want to do it again. We got to go for it. Didn't quite work last time. We're going to switch running backs and put the fast one out here now. And instead, gonna get the 1st down. 1st and goal, Kevin Davis. Excellent run from Kevin Davis. We're going to go right back to it, but instead see if we can hit him with a counter. And instead, oh, they're going to know it this time. As we lose yards, Jordan's just not having it today. Not working out great today as we'll go up the middle. Read option, touchdown, Kevin Davis. And the Redhawks are on the board. And what is our tight end doing? He's like mauling Kevin Davis after the play. Just leave him alone. He actually got us on the board for once. So we're going to go up 7-0 against the Bulls. It's about time. We were just having the worst time in the world converting on these red zone trips. Defense playing pretty well so far for us. Every time I say that, though, we get gashed, so let's hope that doesn't happen. And instead, just the pressure is nice, and he's going to force the incompletion. Would have loved if we got a sack there, though. Problem is, we were definitely expecting run, so we definitely played that a little bit too much run. But it'll be 2nd down now. Instead, just dropping it off for... Oh my gosh! How is he still on his feet? It's a huge play. Is that Nick McMillan? I'm pretty sure that is. That guy's massive out there. He just hit him with a stop and go and demolishes this defense. Holy cow. Well, I don't like that. I'll tell you that much. That is definitely not what we want to see. They're going to try us deep. Throwing it way back, and it is going to be intercepted by Caleb Tubbs. And he has an opportunity for a nice return. Though none of our guys can block, and he's going to be tackled outside the 20. But a horrible pass from Tavon. Just air-mailed that thing way past his receiver. Receiver had somewhat of a chance, maybe, if we wouldn't have been double covering him. But we ran the double cover defense, especially for that number 1 receiver. Or that number 2 receiver, I guess. And it worked to perfection. Yeah, he had Roundstrider beat. Definitely had him beat, but hey, we will take it for sure. So we'll see what we can do on the next possession. Can our tight end get something there? Gets knocked out of bounds just before the 1st down. Can't wait to continue to get more weapons for on this squad because I feel like we have potential here. At this point, I'm leaning towards it's more of an offensive line / quarterback consistency issue, as he gets really nothing there. Because I feel like sometimes it looks great. Oh no, that is not what we wanted! Oh, we thought he was the out route, or the corner route, and it is almost picked. Tyler Toledo. I guess that's what happens when you have a freshman quarterback. He's got to remember the playbook. And right now, he is not remembering this playbook there very well. And it is caught off the tip. Oh my lord, that should have been picked. This is just straight up. This is straight up an incredible play. Absolutely incredible play. Horrible read from the quarterback here. Horrible read. For some reason, we thought that linebacker was going to be following the tight end, but he was not. So instead, what happens? Well, none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Javon Tracy himself, comes over, undercuts the linebacker. It gets tipped. He somehow still catches it while getting absolutely decked and picks up the first down. What a stud. Just an insane play. I mean, legit an insane play. I have no idea. Wow, Cam Perry, stop running out of bounds. I feel like we threw that early enough for him to not run out of bounds because of it. But they're all right. So Kevin Davis, though, getting a nice gash for another first down. Moving over one of our guys out, so Kevin Davis gets more room to run, and he gets 7. Right now, I mean, they are not stopping Kevin Davis, as he is just pounding the rock right now. Gets a good gain and a first down, down under a minute now. Trying to run some clock, but not too much clock, because we definitely still need some time left. And wow, he's just getting mugged by our own offensive line. We'll go to second down. Play action. Oh, got bumped, and it's way out of there, incomplete. Third down and 10. Big opportunity to try to get some points here. Throwing it. Oh, he overthrew Tony Purdom. He had him. He definitely had a step. He just couldn't get off an accurate pass. Ending that drive effectively, as we're going to try to kick it off, and I think he missed that. Dang, he shanked that horribly. That should have been an easy kick, but Dom misses it. It would have given us a 2-possession lead. That's huge. It's absolutely massive, though, to not be able to get that. Oh, and that one is caught by the tight end. It's a big gain and a first down. Timeout called by Buffalo. A sack would be huge. We don't want to give up a touchdown, but a sack would be huge right now. Throwing it off quick to the running back, who is going to make the tackle. Good timeout called. And they only have one timeout left with 15 seconds left to try to get in there, and gets the tackle inbounds. Last timeout called. 10 seconds left. Absolutely run committing on this one, since we pretty much know for sure it's going to be a run. They're dropping back, deep to throw, and it's knocked incomplete. It was a terrible throw, and I guess they have an opportunity to chuck this one deep, as there's just about 4 seconds over there, as he decides to throw it to the quick out, but as a lob. That was horrible. So we'll take it, though. Going to the half, 7-0. That was not a very clean first half, if I do say so. That is just not a clean first half. Kevin Davis doing really, really well, averaging just under 6 yards per carry. But the rest of the team needs to be more consistent. Tyler Toledo needs to lead this offense a little better than he has been. I think the problem that we might see is maybe we lean a little bit too much on the ground game. The ground game has been nice and has been decently effective, but when it gets clamped, I feel like we keep forcing it a little bit too much, and maybe we just need to let Tyler Toledo take over. So maybe that's what we do here in this second half. Let's just give Tyler Toledo the reins and see what happens. Let him have an opportunity to throw for 500 yards. Just go for it, kid. Because, I mean, it's not like he's been playing bad by any means, as that is just nobody open fast enough, the pressure getting to him. I mean, he has 6 touchdowns to only 1 interception on the season. He's been playing some clean ball. Kevin Davis on the screen gets the first down, and we're up over 100 yards passing on the day. But he's really only thrown for 1,000 yards so far the whole season, as we just really haven't put the ball in his hands that much. Bringing down a second down. Throwing it quick to the tight end, who's going to make the catch for the first down. Nice play from Connor Briggs. Notice that it looked like either a cover 2 zone or cover 2 man, and we're able to hit that quickly. Good little drop down. That corner was lurking. We just got to be safe, too, though. We can't do things that are not going to be safe. Wow! From Reggie Virgil! Oh, the juke move was horrible. Better sit on the bench after that. That was terrible. Third down. Big conversion opportunity. dropped. Tony Purdom can't hold on. 49 yards. There's no shot we make 49 yards, though. Really don't think that there's any chance we make 49 yards. Throwing it right into the perfect spot in the defense. Cam Perry's going to make that first down. Great job on 4th down. There was no way we're making a 50-yard field goal. We've missed a 20-something yard field goal earlier in the game. There's no way we're making that one. Back on the ground. Off to Kevin. He loses 2. Great play by the linebacker. 2nd down and 12. Play action. Throwing it over the middle. Great play to the 2. Great job on the play action to just find him open and do a great job. And no, we shouldn't have thrown that, as it's going to be a horrible play. We should have just ran the ball. No, Tyler Toledo, what are you doing? Oh, it might be a George Estes opportunity. I don't know. I think he needs to sit after that one. That was a terrible opportunity. Terrible, terrible opportunity. I really feel like I'll have to look at this again. Did he have the opportunity to just run this thing in? Oh, yeah, he definitely had the opportunity to just run this thing in. He got fooled so bad by Red Murdoch. It looked like he had an opportunity because he started to go after the bubble and then stopped going after it and then just kind of stood there like he didn't really know what he wanted to cover next. And so it looked like an opportunity there as they're going to beat him over the top for the touchdown, and this game is tied in 2 plays. Oh, Lord. Momentum might have been shifting real bad now. So we're going to do it. George Estes is coming out. We're letting Tyler Toledo sit. He needs to think about what he's doing here. What a horrible block, Nunes. I mean, that is just not a good block. I know it's an 0-1 trap, and they're supposed to let the guy go, but that means you have to pick him up at some point, though. You know, it's not a let him go and then just let him make the tackle kind of play. Going to be a 3rd down and 7 situation. Throwing it quick. Good catch and out of bounds. Tony Purdom for the 1st down. That's the official first throw from George Estes in his college career, as he is the guy that we were originally going to have as the starter for this team until Tyler Toledo came in at the last minute and stole it. When really Tyler Toledo just really wowed everybody in spring training with his intangibles, thinking that he might be the next Lamar Jackson or something. But as we are very quickly finding out, that is absolutely not the case. Throwing it, good open field throw. A little touch pass on the high throw to Reggie Virgil, and that's money from George Estes. George Estes driving this team down the field. They're going to try to follow his direction, as we're going to go right back to the screenplay. Out to Kevin Davis. He's got a stiff arm, and he's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Just a really excellent play from George Estes to be able to get that out to Kevin Davis. And they're going to get the little pitch play off to Connor Briggs. He'll only gain a yard out of it. That would be such a cool play if we actually had someone who could catch that. No, wrong button. Holy smokes, we thought that was the drag. Oh, God. All right, well, he also needs to learn the playbook a little bit better, I believe, as we will try to just scramble out with him. George Estes putting his body on the line. It's 4th and 1. Running the clock down into the 4th quarter we go. It's 7-7. As George Estes getting his first opportunity to start and see if he can salvage this game that Tyler Toledo has been trying to throw away. We line up to go for our, I believe, 3rd attempt at a 4th down conversion. Try to double team one of the D tackles. We'll go up the middle, down to a 1st and goal. We're going to go no huddle with it. See if we can get this snap off very quick, and he's in for the touchdown, Kevin Davis. As we go turbo offense, and they can't stop it. Kevin Davis getting his 2nd touchdown on the ground. And it's 14-7. All right, can we get some more sacks, guys, here? Like, let's send some pressure, and let's try to do something here. As he's under pressure, and down he goes. Perfect timing. Jalil Reshad is going to get the sack. Luke Evans also coming in clean as the slot corner on that little blitz. And they are both going to tag team him down. I think this is where we go with just basically multiple blitz calls in a row to see if we can get him, and he goes down again. Is that Zach Schobel? Has he had a sack yet? He might have had one earlier. I'm not really sure, but either that's his first career or that's his 2nd career sack. Zach Schobel. That was the freshman D tackle that we had join the squad. As it's officially 3rd and 24. This is a crazy long attempt for a 1st down conversion. Dropping back, nobody open, under pressure, and throws it out of bounds. It's going to bring up 4th down. So really good defensive stand for the Redhawks to be able to get us back the ball. with an opportunity to try our best to put this game out of reach. We need to make this a 2-possession game. Cam Perry trying to dance his way for some yards, but can't get much. Does George Estes earn himself an attempt at winning the starting job? I mean, only time's gonna tell. I mean, we still have the rest of this game for sure, as he throws a nice throw over the middle for almost a first. I don't think he got it. It should be a 3rd and short. Yeah, it's 3rd and inches. Connor Briggs has been kind of big today. He has helped us out quite a bit. As we'll go up the middle, Kevin Davis will get the first down, and we'll go out to empty this time. Gonna go to Kevin Davis. He has an opportunity, makes a nice little cut move, and gets down to the 23-yard line. And it's 1st down and 10. Throwing that one, he missed him. Oh, he had an opportunity on the corner route, just overthrew it. As it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. We're going to motion over one of our guys out here. Oh, no. Wow, he got stuck over the middle. We thought he was going to have a clean release out the back. Well, there's a lot of bumping going on. 3rd down, a very big situation here. Throwing it, end zone, touchdown. George Estes throws a bullet out to Cam Perry for the touchdown. And that is going to make this thing very difficult for Buffalo to come back. What a great throw up the seam. George Estes reading the coverage well and delivering on time and on target. I think what we do here is we keep sending blitz. We need to keep sending a message and trying to get some more sacks, because that is what we definitely need as far as stats go. And down he goes, another sack. Is that Dalvin Ellerby? I'm not 100%. Yeah, it is. Dalvin Ellerby gonna get the sack. He has a couple sacks on the season at the D-tackle spot. He's been playing well. We actually took Javon Hammonds out of the game back there in the 1st quarter and put in Ethan McDowell instead, because he has a little bit more sacks than Javon has, as that is an open field. Great run from the running back, making the defense look silly out there. And Eli Blakey has another penalty. Absolutely terrible. So we'll go to 1st down situation. Great defense. Marco Devi making that play. Also true freshman we got in last year's recruiting class. He made himself a great play there, as under pressure just barely releases it in time before the sack. Big play on 3rd down. Trying to convert. Throwing it. No good. Horrible pass. And it's time for a 4th down. Dropping back to pass is Tavon. Throwing it out to the receiver. It's knocked incomplete. He put too much air under it. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Caleb Tubbs making the hit to force the incompletion. And the Redhawks are going to take over possession with 4 minutes left in the game. 2nd down and 9, motioning over Javon Tracy. What do we have here? Open guy. And Kevin didn't turn around. So after not turning around, it's going to make us have another opportunity. Throwing it. Great throw. Out to Connor Briggs. Gets a broken tackle and a huge 1st down. Just a crazy play. Barely gets that thing out there where he wants it. And we're just going to have to scramble out here with George Estes. He does not have the speed we want him to, but he got knocked out of bounds for an 8-yard gain. The offense is clicking. I mean, not moving down the field at a crazy pace, but definitely moving down the field. Kevin Davis up the middle down to the 2-yard line. And I feel like we got to reward our boys. To the end zone. In for the touchdown. Danny Dunlop gets into the end zone, and that's going to put the cap on this one. So that was kind of a crazy ending. I mean, we scored 27 points in the 4th quarter. They ended up getting a touchdown on a crazy drive, and then we ended up getting a pick 6 to seal the game, to win it 34-14. Kevin Davis, nice day on the ground for him, though. Just barely couldn't get to his 100 yards on the ground. But nonetheless, we might have a quarterback battle on our hands, as George Estes was 7 for 11 for 120 yards in literally half the attempts that Tyler Toledo had for only 159 yards. So, and the difference from 1 touchdown to 1 interception. I don't know, Tyler has put in some good work this season, but he's been kind of slacking as of late, so maybe he just needs a little benching, give him a little bit of a break, kind of reset his gears to some degree, and then let him come back out. Well, running-wise, we ran with a lot of people. Goodness gracious, I didn't realize we gave the ball on the ground that many times. But 22 rushes for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns for Kevin Davis. And Kevin also led in receptions. Had 6, tied with Reggie Virgil, but 55 yards for Kevin. 63 for Reggie Virgil, and 5 for 64 for Connor Briggs, who he was pretty clutch as well. The only touchdown though was from Cam Perry in the receiving department. Silas Walters led the team in tackles. 3 TFLs for Ty Thompson was pretty clutch. And boys, we got some sacks. Look at that, 5 sacks on the day for the squad. Let's go. Ethan McDowell, he was the one that we put in instead of Javon Hammonds, because Hammonds has just been underwhelming, I think, this year. And Ethan McDowell, we put him in for 3/4 of this game, and he delivered with at least 1 sack. So maybe Ethan McDowell might be the starter. But Zach Scoble and Dalvin Ellerby, both deep tackles, getting in on the action. Ty Thompson, the other end, he's been pretty consistent as he's our sack leader with 7 so far on the season. Jalil Reshad and Luke Evans, though, also splitting a sack. An interception from Rayon Strader, which was a 100-yard pick 6, which is crazy. That's how the game ended. And then also Caleb Tubbs with that clutch interception on the deep throw. So boys, Ty Thompson's winning the MAC Defensive Player of the Week. And we've been climbing our way up the ranks. We're up to number 14 in the country. The problem is, next week we're playing number 4. And we're on the road against Kansas State. This is probably not going to go well, as we've been barely skating by in some of these other MAC conference games. I don't know how we're going to go up against Kansas State. There's sadness, though, that Alfonso Awosika, something like that, he just commits to a different team. Kind of came out of nowhere. That's really unfortunate. 94 speed, already had 360 for an athletic elusive back. But he's jumping ship and going to Auburn. They just had a higher pipeline than us, so it was going to be a tough battle for us. Otherwise, we're just getting a little bit closer and closer every week to being able to sign some more of these players. Eric Marr is one of the guys that I'm really, really excited for. Maybe next week we sign him. It's currently week 9, so week 10 would be the visit for him. So just in case, it doesn't really matter, but we'll be able to firm that up. I knew we pretty much were going to get him locked up by week 10 or around week 10. I just didn't want to have Louisville have the opportunity to schedule a visit week 10. Or Clemson, had they have turned it on a little bit earlier in the season. So this should work out for us, even though it is a semi-waste of 40 points. Well, boys, it looks like we have ourselves a position battle. I didn't know if we were going to end up having one or not, but I think George Estes is probably going to find a way to get himself a position battle against Tyler Toledo, since especially that George Estes was supposed to be the starter. This was supposed to be his team whenever we first recruited him. But Tyler Toledo took it over in spring training when they just thought he was going to be so good because of his speed and his accuracy. For some reason, George Estes has lower pretty much across the board in all abilities, but maybe it's just a strange concoction of success because George Estes played pretty well in the limited outing that he did have against Buffalo. But maybe also we just needed a little bit of a break for Tyler Toledo to get his head back on straight and to be able to lead this team again. But sometimes he looks fantastic and drives down the field exceptionally quick, and then other times he just makes either a boneheaded play or just straight up misses the guy. So we're still going to be trying to find some sort of replacement and some sort of option there at quarterback, probably in the foreseeable future with some other recruits. But for right now, the only options we have are both Tyler Toledo and George Estes. We don't really know who the face of the franchise is going to be yet, whether it's going to be one of these two guys, depending on what they do in the offseason, because they could progress quite significantly on the offseason and turn into absolute stars. There's definitely potential in both of them, or else we wouldn't have continued to try to recruit them. But we just need someone who's going to be consistently helping us move the ball down the field, especially because we're playing MAC conference play. The opponents are not that good. The defenses are not that good. We should be demolishing them and putting up multiple points, because if we want to make the CFP and start playing against some crazy good teams, we're going to get demolished. Especially when they have better pass rush, they have better corners, just better players in general. Our guys are not going to be able to keep up. And we do need to find another guy for another receiver outside of Tony Purdom to be able to take some of the pressure off of him, because I feel like he could be so good, but the defenses don't really have to worry about much else. I like the other receivers that we have. They just don't always consistently get open. So there's just so much pressure on Tony Purdom to be able to deliver nonstop play after play after play. And that's just not ideal for a rookie guy, as he pulls off plays that are just so good sometimes. And then other times he just gets completely shut down. But the defense, though, has been playing pretty top notch. I've been loving how the defense has been playing. We've been shutting guys down. Again, like I said, it works the same way. It is MAC conference play. So you have to take it with a grain of salt because the team is not that good that we're playing against. But hey, the defense should be delivering, and they have been so far. So I'm going to count that as a success so far. We'll see how the rest of the season shapes up because we're going to be playing against number 4 in the country, Kansas State. I feel like we play against them in every dynasty that we have in some degree. But this one could be pretty ugly. Hopefully we can keep it close and be able to bring it down to the wire. But I will see you guys in that one. Until then, why don't you check out one of these videos.